Have you heard about Jessica Radcliffe, the Marine trainer who was attacked and killed by an orca during a show? TikTok and Facebook have been flooded with videos about this tragic event. But what is the truth? Is this a heartbreaking tragedy, or just a well-constructed hoax? Videos circulating on social media tell the story of a 23-year-old Marine trainer named Jessica Radcliffe, who was allegedly attacked by an orca during a show. According to the story, the trainer died in the attack, 10 minutes after staff managed to rescue her. The videos, which are spreading mostly on Facebook and TikTok, are often blurry and don't detail what actually happened. However, the orca attack against Jessica Radcliffe is a completely baseless and false story. The fake news is primarily based on viral, dramatized videos and compilations that were often created for clickbait. There's no credible evidence for the existence of the alleged Marine trainer, Jessica Radcliffe, or for the incident itself. This is a fictional person and a fabricated story. Most of what we think we know about this tragedy is actually based on videos and content spreading on social media. There's no credible evidence that a Marine trainer named Jessica Radcliffe ever existed. No information about her can be found online. There is no death certificate for her, no obituary exists, and not a single zoo or marine park has issued an official statement about her death. This suggests that the person is fictional. Lack of official sources. Although the video received significant attention on TikTok and Facebook, not a single credible media outlet has reported on the incident. The videos presenting the story often use blurred footage and AI-generated narration to make the story seem believable. These videos are often made for clickbait purposes. The story's elements don't add up. While the videos claim the attack happened during a show and the trainer died 10 minutes after being rescued, there are no reliable sources to support these details. The videos often use footage from previous orca attacks to make the Jessica Radcliffe case seem authentic. Such videos often distort the facts and incorrectly link previous attacks to the name Jessica Radcliffe. The story of Jessica Radcliffe is a perfect example of how modern technology, such as artificial intelligence, AI, and social media, can be used to distort reality. Content designed for virality is often created for clickbait and blurs the line between fact and fiction. The danger of fake news and AI-generated content is that it's difficult to distinguish the real from the fake. The videos often use blurry footage, a frightening narration, or AI-generated images to make the story seem credible. This phenomenon is not limited to the Jessica Radcliffe case, but reveals a broader problem that spreads by exploiting society's gullibility and lack of critical thinking. Such content distracts from real, important issues, such as the ethics of keeping marine mammals in captivity, which are raised by cases of real orca attacks, like that of Dawn Brancheau. The harmful effect of fake news, therefore, is not just that it misinforms people, but also that it distorts the conversation about real problems, the facts. It is important to distinguish the fictional story of Jessica Radcliffe from real orca attacks. Orcas, also known as killer whales, are known as intelligent and social predators, but most human deaths have been caused by orcas held in captivity, not those in the wild. Tragedies in captivity. The most well-known and tragic story is undoubtedly linked to Tilikum, a massive male orca who was directly responsible for the deaths of 3 people. Tilikum's story is not just an isolated case, it has become a symbol of the movement against animal captivity. Kelty Byrne, 1991, Canada. Tilikum's first victim was Kelty Byrne, a 21-year-old marine biology student and part-time trainer at a Canadian park called Sealand of the Pacific. After a show, Byrne slipped and fell into the pool containing 3 orcas, Tilikum, Haida 2, and Nootka 4. The animals treated her like a toy, pulling her underwater and preventing her from surfacing or reaching the edge of the pool. Her cause of death was drowning. This incident led to the closure of Sealand of the Pacific and the sale of Tilikum to SeaWorld. Daniel P. Dukes, 1999, USA. The second incident occurred at SeaWorld in Florida. A 27-year-old man, Daniel P. Dukes, remained in the park after closing and likely climbed into Tilikum's tank. His body was found the next morning draped over Tilikum's back. Although the official report stated that the man drowned, the autopsy revealed numerous bruises, abrasions, and bite marks on his body, indicating that Tilikum had acted aggressively toward him. Don Brancheau, 2010, USA. The most shocking and widely publicized case was the death of Don Brancheau. Brancheau was one of SeaWorld's most experienced and respected senior trainers. During a Dine with Shamu program, at the end of the show, Tilikum suddenly grabbed the trainer by her ponytail and dragged her into the water. The attack was extremely violent, and Brancheau died from severe injuries and drowning. This final tragedy served as the central theme of the 2013 documentary Blackfish. The film detailed the story of Tilikum's capture and his life in captivity, suggesting that the psychological trauma caused by isolation and stress led to his aggressive behavior. The film had an enormous impact on public opinion, significantly damaged SeaWorld's reputation, and contributed to the company's later announcement that it would end its orca breeding program. The case of Alexis Martinez and Quito in Spain. Tilikum is not the only orca whose name is linked to a human death. On Christmas Eve 2009, just 2 months before Don Brancheau's death, another tragedy occurred at Loro Parque on the island of Tenerife, Spain. A 29-year-old experienced trainer, Alexis Martinez, was killed by an orca named Cato while practicing for a Christmas show. According to the official report, the incident was an accident. During a training exercise, Quito rammed Martinez in the chest with such force that he suffered massive internal bleeding and drowned. The incident is compounded by the fact that Quito, like several other orcas at Loro Parque, was actually owned by SeaWorld and on loan to the Spanish park. Critics suggest this incident may also have been a result of the stress and frustration seen in captive animals. Together, these cases have drawn attention to the risks that trainers face daily and have raised serious questions about whether it is ethically acceptable to keep such complex, intelligent, and powerful predators in captivity for entertainment purposes. Incidents in the wild. Wild orcas rarely harm humans. However, there are documented cases. Attacks on ships. In recent years, particularly in the Strait of Gibraltar, several orcas have attacked yachts, damaging their rudders and, in some cases, rendering them completely disabled or sinking them. Experts believe that a female orca named White Gladys may be behind the phenomenon, having taught her companions the attack method. Other incidents. In 1972, near the Galapagos Islands, a 43-foot sailboat was sunk by an orca, but the family survived the shipwreck. Also in 1972, in California, a surfer suffered a bite injury from an orca, but survived. The fact that the video about Jessica Radcliffe spread so widely shows that people are particularly sensitive to tragedies involving animals in captivity. A large portion of the public agrees that wild animals belong in their natural habitats. The Don Brancheau case and documentaries questioning the ethics of keeping orcas in captivity, such as Blackfish, have further strengthened this view. Although forcing animals to perform for entertainment is often controversial, there are cases where keeping wild animals in captivity is justified. Such purposes can include saving species on the brink of extinction, protection in wildlife reserves against poachers, or the rehabilitation of injured animals. The Jessica Radcliffe story successfully exploited this public sentiment, and by mixing it with real events, like the tragedies at SeaWorld, it seemed credible to a wider audience, even though the story itself is false. Here's the bottom line. Jessica Radcliffe doesn't exist, and the story never happened. This whole thing is classic fake news, mashing up bits of real incidents with AI-generated content that could have been cooked up by Midjourney or Sora. So, before you have that knee-jerk reaction to share a shocking video that's blowing up your TikTok or YouTube feed, whether it's a supposed Mr. Beast challenge, a crazy ice show speed moment, or a fake Netflix documentary trailer, just stop for a second. Remember, not all that glitters is gold on the internet. Critical thinking and checking your sources, like doing a quick search on Reuters or Snopes, is your best shield against disinformation that spreads like wildfire.
Sailing again, or actually racing again, because like 20 minutes ago we got hit by some orcas. Some 3 orcas came at us, straight at us, and they started hitting the rudder. Impressive to see the orcas, first of all. Beautiful animal, but also dangerous moment for us in the team. The team reacted really well. We took down the sails and slowed down the boat as quick as possible. And luckily after a few attacks they went away. That's a scary moment. right now we were in second place, and right now we were in fourth place, chasing those two boats again, and hopefully we can overtake them again.